Stop or slow. We're in Frankston North, about 38 kilometres from Melbourne CBD, right between Frankston and Carrum Downs. It's an area that gets a bad rap from the headlines, but savvy investors know better. This is one of the last pockets of affordable entry price point close to the bay. Some call it a rough diamond, others won't touch it. So what's the real story at play here? Hey, I'm Oliver with Insighto Buyers Agent from Insighto Agency. We help investors unlock and manufacture equity with design-led strategies and data-backed market fundamentals. Frankston North has history. It started as a commissioning housing estate in the 1960s, and we're literally in the heart of it. And some of that stigma still sticks. You'll notice some of the streets feel a bit tired. There's burnout, stockpile of pyres, shopping trolleys around on the nature strip. A higher to renter owner ratio and a bit more turnover. But others already know it's turning a corner. But it's the key here, street by street analysis. One street, one block might be a gold mine, the other, a little bit of a gamble. And here's the kicker, most blocks here are 600 to 700 square lots. That means you're paying mostly for the land. And that's ultimately what will grow in value over time. No, I did, because back then, Frankston North, a no-go zone. It was very much be careful where you're going into. And obviously some pockets, some houses, some streets are not the best ordeal. It's his first time coming down in Frankston North, so he's a little bit tense.
You got no problem at all, brother.
Exactly right.
No problem.
So forward a year now, the king of Frankston North, as I'd say, standing here. What streets are you seeing now flourish out of?
28 Jenkins. Which, Jenkins Street, which is just near the Milk Bar over there. That's obviously one that's flourished. Also, Timbertop Court. Because you saw that big sale in there. It was on a bigger block, but the house was dated, but in good nick. That sold for 901. Like I said, a larger block, but the house needed work. Well, it was dated. And then you have the other areas where we sold them. There was one in `𝗵𝗽𝗀 that we sold. This is rough figures. I think that was about 755 or thereabouts. Some other ones coming up, which they'll be up to the man in the moon and all them to see.
Who would have thought 1 year down the track that you would be talking about figures of 750?
Nearly a million.
Not just, do you reckon that's where we'll go?
We're going to hit $1 million. We'll be hitting $1 million. I'll make a prediction now. $1 million, a bottle of Pepsi Max. We're going to hit $1 million by the end of the year. Easy. You're on. I wish I could do a proper handshake, but he twisted my finger one day when he missed out. He went like that and had to get this fixed, man.
Good old Frankston.
I know. Is that what you think of it?
Yes, that's what many people think of it.
Let's unpack the numbers, and that's being powered by our hashtag data partners. So typical price point as of July 25, price point of 623. We're in a very low socioeconomic ranking of 1 out of 10 on the IRSAD score. We've got a renters of 45%, and it's 42 years to own outright, with a low stock of about 8 listings online at the moment. Your typical hold period, a little bit longer, 10 years. So what does this mean? For one, vacancy is low, around 1.8%, showing there's still some good solid rental demand here. And at this price point, you've got a couple of options to work with. One, simply a buy and hold and watch a market catch up, or renovate to improve tenant profile or even value add options, or potentially even subdivide the houses of the larger, bigger blocks. But be honest with yourself. If you're looking for premium tenants, low maintenance and gentrified streets, you're better off to be in Seaford. You're better off to be in Carrum Downs or Frankston proper. So what are you seeing who's fighting for it?
You've got first and second home buyers. That's probably about roughly 40%. Sometimes 50. And then the other 50% are your obviously advocates and your Melbourne and Sydney buyers. I find most Sydney buyers are more assertive. Sydney buyers see this as being very good value because obviously Sydney's gone up there.
Absolutely.
And the magic of what's happening in Melbourne and Frankston is that there's a lot more population growth creeping in here.
Yep.
So because of population growth, then you've got low interest rates. So you're going to see 2 drops before the end of the year easily and not loads of stock.
Yep.
It's all going to happen.
Right now we're in 𝗬cie Street, right in the Pines, right in Frankston North. What we're seeing is the beauty, the unpolished diamond about to be restored. Houses are tired, houses need attention, no number plates, people hoarding, and particularly what is quite interesting, we've got a brand new house, but unfortunately a bit of too much garbage, and that is, my friends, what Frankston North is about. If you can look past the cars with no rego, if you can look past the garbage bins, past the hoarding houses, and really tap in the ability to come in here to do a tidy up, a bit of a value add, simple, clean, cosmetic uplift, nothing too fancy, budget friendly, just for the suburb dynamics, then that is your play in Frankston North. So polishing houses, right? Yeah. Taking that rough diamond into that nice shining diamond. Yeah. What is the best thing to do to make sure you're getting the bang for your buck?
You should always painting carpets and the right colours. It's quite often the silvery sort of greys. The painting usually off whites. The outside, ideally if you're doing either Tranquil Retreat or some, you know, a catchier colour. A decent fence makes people feel safe and secure. And obviously kitchens and bathrooms, of course, always sell houses. I mean, so, you know, if you don't want to do the whole job on it, at least make the handles a bit squarer, do the shower head, and just, you know, polish it like you would on lots of things.
So this was another house we looked at, really had good bones, really had potential. Back in 2024, a year and a half after, something like that, low 6s, mid 6s, conservatively. So this is why it's so important to really drive through the streets, walk the streets, especially when you're dealing with a lower socioeconomic, stigmatized pocket, to understand appeal, to understand who's living in there, what the demand is, and how ultimately you can take that rough diamond, polish it up, spruce it up from a value add perspective to really give us the ultimate benefit of the higher upsell of manufacturing equity. So 5 to 10 years, right? You predicting Frankston North to hit the $1 million by end of year. Yeah. What do you see in the next 5, 10 years?
Well, in 10 years...
You'd be retired by then.
Who knows? I'm only 21, so he doesn't know that. I live forever, so don't you worry, my friend.
So you've got the Asian glow.
Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah, that's
exactly.
In 10 years, I can honestly say I reckon it'll be about the 2 million mark, or 1.7 to 2 million. I'm being serious. And 5 years, always hard to predict because you may find up and then a little dip and then start to go up again. Yeah. But I would think they'll be up at least another, I would imagine, 250 to 300,000, I would imagine.
Well, thank you very much, Mark Burke.
No worries.
We're about to come in here, polish up, and hopefully do some magic wonders out down here.
Thank you. Thanks again for your time, okay? Soft. See ya.
So, Frankston North, Afghanistan, what do you reckon? Will you take your bets on Frankston North, or does that old reputation still put you off? It's a suburb that suits investors who know how to add value, manage tenants, and simply aren't afraid to roll up your sleeves up. Just don't expect perfection. This one's a yes with conditions. It's not for everyone, but it's not one to sleep on either. You've just got to know how to polish a rough diamond. If you're learning something new from the series, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know what suburb you'd like me to uncover next in the pockets of Melbourne. See you on the next one.